are parking cars and pumping gas. You can really breathe in San Jose. They've got a lot of space. There'll be a place where I can stay. I was born and raised in San Jose. I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose. Fame and fortune is a magnet. It can pull you.
Hello. So in an age pre-iPads, I was a very young doctor called Dr. Matt, and I looked after a gentleman who was dying of some kind of hematological cancer. When I say young, I was straight out of medical school, and he was probably one of the first people I remember I saw die. Nothing dramatic. He died very comfortably, peacefully, with his family around him, cared for with truly compassionate staff. His son, in his 40s I think, came up to me the day after and to drop off some chocolates to the ward. He said to me words that have never left me. Matt, you know what? My dad taught me so much, and I didn't ever realise. He taught me how to use a knife and fork when I was little, how to be polite, how to ride a bike and to swim. He taught me how to work, how to marry, how to look after my wife, how to build a home, how to be a dad. He guided me all the way. He has now taught me how to die, how to do it. His son's words had such an impression on me, repeating them to you now, and likely led me in part to palliative care. I want to make this story happen for every patient, but also for every son and daughter and relative and friend. There is such a thing as a good death, a close to the last chapter, an end of a life lived. There is a natural reverence when someone dies, a respectful acknowledgement of the life departed. I wanted to personally welcome you to this week course, and believe me, you are more important than you know. These 2 days and then the Zooms are just as much about us learning from you as you learning from us, and I truly, sincerely mean that. I worked in a nursing home in my teenage years as a carer in the wonderful city of Hull, pre and during my medical school, and I can honestly say I learned more there than any of my studies. Needless to say, I have hardly been in one since. Hence, I can only know it is some people's home in the true sense of the word, that you care for those like a family, and others, of course, pass through. But this is why it's a two-way conversation. I have no idea of the intricacies of nursing homes in general, or yours in particular, and thus I can only say things from my hospice perspective, and want you to make palliative care yours, a nursing home palliative care style. So why are we doing this? Well, this is why you are so important. In the background, even pre-COVID, is a trend of increasing dying in the nursing homes, with the opposite, a decrease in the hospitals. Palliative care needs vary in different studies. 69 to 83% of all deaths have a terminal phase in which varying degrees of palliative care are needed. Overall, in the absence of lots of hard data and based on comparable modelling, this suggests that there are an estimated 10,500 patients each year across the island of Ireland who need some degree of palliative care. This equates to about 30 new patients every day. It was projected before COVID in 2017 that nursing home deaths would overtake hospital deaths before the end of the decade. COVID has only accelerated that transition of most common place of death. The nursing homes are rapidly becoming the cutting edge of where palliative care needs to be, as the majority of this happen in your homes. I want to impress you this. You are on the cutting edge. This is where most people will be dying, and in my mind, as it stands, you often have the least help. And that is the purpose of this course. Now, I will let the guys explain what we're going to go through the course of the day. But thank you for coming. I really mean that. Sincerely, thank you. Let's try and make it a wee bit better.